Okay, so hello guys who are here. Today, I'm actually trying to overcome my procrastination because I actually had this layout prepared a whole week ago, a week and a half even, of me trying to play solo RPGs. So, solo RPGs are games you play on your own, basically. They're like D&D, but you're by yourself. It was brought to my attention by the, I guess, D&D comic artist, Dungeon Delves on on Instagram. So she wrote about them. She called them journaling games, and she linked to where you can find them on itch.io. Still don't understand where that name come from, but if you look at the box underneath my camera, you can see where you can find this game and perhaps many others. So if you're going manually to itch.io, just look for physical games and then single player games and then role play or something like that. And you can find a whole bunch. I have like 30 in my want to playlist. So today's game, Healer, it actually uses not dice but not only dice, sorry, but tarot card as well. So I have two tarot card decks that I want to use today. One is the Book of Shadow Tarot. I love it so much because the art is so modern and it's just like, actual real life people, and it's not too abstract. So I feel like it's a very nice imagery to use to tell story. And also this smaller card that I got from China. So I believe these cards are actually made by student artists because they're called student tarot, and there's like 5 of them in a series. My favorite is number 2 and I believe it's 5. Yeah, number 2 and number 5. They're so small. I love them. You can use a lot and you don't spam the table too much. And then for dice, I think you don't actually need a dice, because if you guys well, it's probably not going to be very visible on Reddit, but if you look at the PDF file, there are parts where you get to choose, like choose the party you join, and also like choose the dungeon's location. So this kind of things you can either choose it on your own, or you can make it even more random by rolling dice. So we're gonna use this blue dice that I also bought from China, and this one is a Magic the Gathering dice. It's a D6. I got 3 of them from a shop that was closing down. The owner gave them for free. So such a nice guy. Alright. So yeah, I don't entirely remember all the meanings of tarot cards, but I think I can remember relatively well for quite a bit. So let's put this out first and see what the game has us do. Alright. Let me set up back my screen. So you can see that I have an Excel file up front. So that's where we're gonna write down all of the things that happen in the story. Okay, so when we are playing solo RPGs, again, it's a story that we're writing with prompts, right? So there's no wrong, there is no right, there's only what you come up with and what you want to make happen with prompts. I'm actually using it as an exercise to train my imagination, because one day I would really like to DM a D&D game. So this is me pretending I'm DMing for myself. Alright, so according to this game, Healer by Tamsin Bloom, she actually has a Twitter. Couldn't find her Instagram, but yeah, she has a Twitter. If you look up Tamsin Bloom on Twitter, you'll find her. So you are a healer. Your abilities allow you to soothe the pain of others and render. Oh, let me just reduce the volume of the background music because it might be a bit loud. Okay, please let me know if you can't hear me because I can't tell. Right, so let me continue again. Yes. Your abilities allow you to soothe the pain of others and render their wounds harmless. This makes you both precious ally and valuable asset to those who you travel with. You have no permanent group, instead, being hired by different groups for a few missions at a time. This game will ask you to draw cards in response to a prompt. When you are asked to narrate, add an entry to your journal to answer the question using the cards drawn as inspiration. Pull from the card's prescribed meaning as well as the images and details of the card itself. So that's one thing about tarot cards. They have imageries, and sometimes the imageries lend a bit more to, I guess, the meaning of what is happening. Okay, so we begin with two cards. The first signifies the environment of the world, and the second signifies its people. Interesting. Oop. I suck at shuffling, but that is okay. The only people who have to put up with me is you guys. So congratulations. Oops. That's too fucking mean. Just want two, man. Please, one by one. Nice. Alright. So for the environment, oh, I actually should write here. Let us write a bit. Environment. Tap. 9 of Wands. Reverse. So we'll put R for reverse. So usually tarot cards have certain meanings to them, and when they're in reverse, they either mean the opposite or a sort of blockage to whatever it's supposed to say. So for example, for the 9 of Wands, its actual meaning is like hopeful, right? Because after 9 is 10, and the 10 of Wands is signifies someone who has taken too much burden onto themselves. So with the 9 of Wands, it means that you have a lot on your plate, but you know that you can take on a bit more. With it being in the reverse, basically it's the opposite of that. So people are losing hope. Well, rather the environment. So the keyword is like yeah, let's just go with losing hope because that's what I came up with. Losing hope. So perhaps the plants are dying. The biodome is slowly dying kind of environment. Interesting. So we have another one. What about the people? The Peopele. What signifies the people? Nope, that's too many. If you guys want to try like something like this, but online, I actually had the setup with online rollers and online card randomizer initially, but I really want to play with my own cards. I've not touched this for about 8 months. I like my cards. So yeah, that's the only problem. They will come out however they want. Please, we're telling a story. Just give me one card. Don't give me too many. I'm gonna take this one. The world. Okay, so the world, you can see like the world actually signifies a sort of upgrade, a change to say, like you are moving from one phase of your life to another. And then you can see like the person in this picture, she's actually I don't know if you can see it very well, but she actually has a smile on her face and she looks very glad and hopeful, and she is actually shining among all these other people who are grayed out. Like even the people who are looking at her, oh, this lady is actually smiling as well. But yeah, Perhaps even though the biodome is dying, but the people themselves, they are ready to embrace the world that's coming for them. New chapter. The people are ready to take on the new world. Nice. Okay, let's have a look at the next one then. What is it like to live in your world? So, how is it to live in this world where the biome is dying, but the people, on the other hand, they have oh wait, hang on, let me see. I am being requested. Okay, so that's done. Alright, so yes, how would it... Hi Shadow Thief! Oh, hi Teacup! Yeah, these cards are actually tarot cards. I'm so sorry. Let me put these things up so I can actually see when people are commenting. But yeah, we're playing solo RPG where I'm getting prompts using tarot cards and also dice. So we got 9 of Wands. Oh right, 9 of Wands reversed for the environment, where the meaning of the card is losing hope, and the explanation of that is perhaps the biodome is dying. And for the people is the world. Zawarudo. So how is it to live in this environment? Well, the world is dying, but the people, for some reason, they remain hopeful. It's quite the opposite of how the land is, which is really quite interesting. Perhaps someone has found something. Why are the people hopeful? Why are the people hopeful in a land that is dying? Perhaps someone has found... I can't type. I should bring my keyboard here a bit. Okay, it's still off screen, so that's good. Someone has found something that they believe would save the world, or at least change the direction it seems to be heading to. Let's pick all of this. Do I format it here? How do I do this? Wrap. That's right. Nice. Why are you so big? Go back. Be smaller. Right. Cool. I'm down for that. Thank you, Teacup. Come and listen to me tell a story. So next, 2 more cards. The first signifies the nature of your power, and the second signifies part of you outside of your powers. Like, who are you? Cool. So we'll go with the first card. What signifies the nature of our power? There is 2. Yeah. So the nature of our power is the star reversed. Power. The star reversed. So this is a bit tricky, because the star is witchcraft belief in Jesus. He is the couch of... What do you mean couch? Okay, legitimate rope. I hope you have a nice day. But yeah, the star kind of means someone, not to say someone, a dream come true. So with it being in reverse, it's like, good on ya, mate. So to say, how do we spin this? How do we spin what our power is when the prompt is basically dream not coming true. What is the opposite of dream come true? Wish unfulfilled? Wish unfulfilled? How can we make a power of that? Like a healer whose power is described as wish unfulfilled. Oh, what if our healer can actually heal others, but they can't heal themselves? Healing powers that only benefits others, but not the wielder. Nice, I like that. That is interesting. So next, how are you? What the part of you outside of your powers? So okay, we have not actually gotten a name for our healer, but I would actually like her name to be over here. Perhaps I'll give her a green color. What shall our healer's name be? I like Amarosa. I'm hearing the name Amarosa. So our healer's name is Amarosa. And her personality is described by the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups is someone who has control over her emotions and is very loving and caring. Kind of like, if you see here, it's a man. The man is signifying the Queen of Cups because he is caring for this person who is in seems to be in emotional distress. So one of the aspects of the Queen of Cups, Queen of Chalices, is being empathetic. So right now, it's in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse. Amarosa is not very sensitive to the feelings of others. Unempathetic? Is that how you spell it? It's not that she does not cut people with her tongues, because there's a different card that does that. Oh, actually the Queen of Cups, you can spin it two ways. One is someone who is unempathetic, and the other is someone who's overly emotional to the point that they distress themselves and others. But I think I don't really want someone who is wailing and crying all the time, so we'll go with unempathetic. I like that one. Okay, so next, what do we do next? Let's see. Oh yeah, I really should put the song somewhere on the screen next time. I'll do that next time. Okay, so it says here, set these 4 cards where they can be seen at all times. I guess this is it. Let's go to more then. Once we have too many cards on the table, I'm gonna push this upwards because I can see them later on. And you guys can refer to these things over here. Let's give this colors. More colors. Ha ha ha. Let's give this colors too, but this color has nothing to do with the rest. So many colors. Okay, I'm done. I probably should have changed. No, it's okay. Alright, so next, finding a party. So for this session, who are we going to be with? Right, so this is where the dice can come in. You can either, you know, go with your feeling like, today I want to play with tourists. You can do that, but you can also roll the dice. And we got number 1. Wait, is that 1? Yeah. Where's that square? Yep, this is number 1 because this is 6. So 1. A group of rookies. Our party. Group of Wookiees. Shall they have a name? No, we don't care yet. So draw one card to signify what makes this group of people distinct. Like, what is it about this group of people? Is there anything special about them? Perhaps there's nothing special at all. So that's spun a bit. We're gonna spin it a bit more to this way. 8 of Cups in reverse. Fleck. Okay, alright, I remember now. So the 8 of Cups actually signifies moving away from something that no longer serves you. And with it being in the reverse, it kind of has the message of clinging on, like not wanting to move on. So looks like a group of rookies who perhaps don't know how to measure their own power, or rather, like they keep wanting to finish the quest that they're on. It's like, no, 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 we haven't finished that. We have to go back and finish it. Kind of things, like until, yeah. So they're very well known for, or they could be well known for always returning to the same dungeon again and again, kind of thing. Okay. So next, hello Sha, hello I tell you, how are you? Thank you for joining. So next, how do you meet this party? What's your first impression of them? So how would Amarosa meet with this party members? I would say that perhaps oh no, I think, oh no, 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 no. What are you doing? No. Damn. Okay. Alright, what was the tarot card that we got again? With dice 1 tarot card. Let's put this center. 8 cups in reverse. Nice. So how do we meet? Amarosa meets the party probably out of pity. I would imagine Amarosa is like someone who has a bit of, let's see how much experience Amarosa has too. So we'll say that Amarosa isn't that much of a veteran herself. She is a newbie. I mean, she's not quite a newbie. She's like a sophomore. So she has a bit of experience, but not enough. And perhaps she sees this group of rookies as her way to check and see whether she has learned well enough to actually leave the world of rookiedom, right? So Amarosa finds this party as a way for her to prove to herself. I type a lot faster than this, I swear. That she's ready to, that she, well, can guide them. Is it? Guide them? I think so. Because she's a bit unempathetic. I think she sees people as a tool. Like, ah yes, you are useful to me. Nice, good. I don't mean anything bad, but it is true. You are useful to me. That's the kind of feel that I get from Amarosa. She can guide them with her experience. Proof that she can move to higher grade, say. Higher ranks. Right. So next, for each member of the party, 2 to 4. I don't want that many party members. I was actually gonna roll a dice, but I no longer want to roll a dice. Or maybe I will. I have a D8 here. 1. Okay, it's gonna be 2 party members. There's no way there's only 1 party. Okay, so 2 party members. Nice. So what are their names? Let's put insert 2 more rows over here. Amarosa is us. And the party member number 1. Let's see what 4 of swords. So this is a very passive fellow, so perhaps it's a man. What shall we name him? Gills. 4 of swords. So 4 of swords means someone who takes a step back from all the drama, who does not want to fight. They are either conserving their power for a future battle, or someone who is just tired and has gone withdrawn. So a passive man does not argue too much. Can't say that he doesn't fight too much because they fight. So it's a swords. That means he's a martial artist. Nice. Martial artist. What kind of martial artist? Martial, magic, stealth, religious, advanced class. Okay, he's gonna be a fighter. Martial fighter. Yeah, he uses sword and stuff and shit. So what is next? Next we have the second member. What shall they use? Let's shuffle a bit more. Man, this is taking a lot longer than I was hoping. Because I have to wake up early tomorrow. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna see how far we can get. Shouldn't be too hard. Because we'll just do one. We'll just do one dungeon with them. I guess this is the point where an online roller would be a lot faster. Alright. Wait, was that upside down? Well, too bad. I've already put it up right. So the second one is the Hierophant. Hierophant signifies someone who well, one of the keywords for the Hierophant is Hierophant? Hierophant? It's okay. Hierophant. Like hieroglyph, right? So one of the keywords for the Hierophant, structure. Structure, order, organization. They usually have the picture of the Pope for the Hierophant, because I guess back in the days the church is probably the most influential of all structures in the medieval times, right? So this is someone who is by the book. It could be also the person, the reason why the party is in the 8 of Cups in reverse kind of view. The reason why they can't quite move on is because this person who is by the book keeps wanting to make sure that everything was done right and nothing is left behind. By the book, meticulous, perfectionist. Damn. So we have a perfectionist and someone who doesn't want to argue with them. So Gills and who shall it be? Another female? I guess, you know, since there's 2, let's just make it a female. So Gills and Jilly. It's almost the same, but it's different. It's like Gills and Jilly. Cute. So I have kept this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, oh right, major. The Hierophant is a major arcana, so this is an advanced class character. The last time I've heard about the word advanced class is like in Ragnarok Online, so I have no clue what class I'm gonna make her. That is not a paladin. Paladins can heal themselves. They don't need to be there. They can heal themselves. Um, what kind of a advanced class is this? Um, well, martial artist. You know what? I'm going to see if we can roll a dice. What is that? Well, we'll go with a 4. You know what? Why don't I just get the D4? Where's my dice bag? So I'm gonna roll to see what is the element of Jilly's advanced class. Whoop! 1. So martial. Okay, fine. She's a knight. So we have a fighter and a knight. Thank you, dice. Why you do this? Okay. Advanced knight. Sweet. Have I taken up the whole screen yet? No, still a lot of space for you guys to see stuff. Nice. Alright. So we have with us now 2 party members. Oh, I need a second screen. There's far too many clutter. Should probably take picture. Give me a second. Where's my phone? Sha, if you're here, I'm gonna show you how cluttered my screen looks like later on. But yeah. So next, now the party will take on a dungeon. Set the party's cards where they can be seen easily. There we go. Gonna put this up because we're gonna go fighting now. Go to the dungeon section and return here when the dungeon is complete. I guess the reason why they put it after the dungeon is because it's a whole set from top to bottom, so it's a lot easier for everyone to see. But yes, let's read this out loud. Lay the card for the dungeon in a row as you draw. Oh, it's like playing that card game, Boss Monster. Just a dungeon location. Alright, this is why I had my D8. So with a D8, what kind of location is this dungeon at? Thank you, Sha. You know what? Let me just send it to you on Discord. One moment. It's not like I'm easily distracted or anything. Alright. So we have 7. So we have the number 7. What is 7? How do I go? Left or right? No, up, down. So that means 7 would be swamp. Ah. Okay, I'm suddenly getting the Tomb of Annihilation trauma. In a swamp. Dungeon. 7 swamp. Oh no, let's write the swamp here. Swamp area dungeon. How do you know you are at the dungeon? Okay, so how shall we have this dungeon area look like? I would say that the swamp is surrounded rather. Surrounded by tall trees. I'm not a marsh kind of person. Surrounded by tall trees, white bark, and a pretty covered canopy. Big canopy, I guess. Surrounded by tall trees and big canopy. What shall we say? The entrance, I suppose. It's like a mound with a cavern mouth where some of the swamp water is. But then why? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be braining this. I'm just gonna do it. Where some of the swamp water is actually, it actually goes into the cave mouth, but it's not flowing. It's not flowing. It's just that, you know, you have a cavern mouth, but the bottom half is full of swamp water. Where I guess as you walk in, there's probably a bit of a climb before it dips, which is why the swamp water just stays there. It doesn't flow into the swamp, into the cave. Just right. It's at the mouth of the cavern. There's a slight climb as you travel into the mound. I guess it's a huge mound before the path or tunnel rather, because you're already inside there. The tunnel starts to, I can't English, shit. Starts to dip further into the underground. Nice, very nice. Right, let's push this up. Okay, so how do you know? Yeah, well, that's our description of the dungeon. Choose the party's goal. What do they want to do there? What do they want to do there that they've had so much trouble they can't finish it? That is number 5. Discovery. I see. It's probably Jilly's fault. Number 5. Goals. Discovery. The party has heard that there's a treasure inside. Well, there's something anyway. What do we want? Treasure? Well, I'll say like treasure, knowledge, monster, flora or fauna. Like cure, I guess. Cure, because the cure to the world. So we have 4 things. Which one shall we choose? Number 2, knowledge. Nice. That there's a hidden scroll, I guess. Hidden or lost scroll in the dungeon. A magician, no, not magician, a wizard, sorry. A wizard who was studying the plants in that area and trying to find a way to cure the disease killing the environment, as if it's not humans, seems to have found something but went into there and never came back out. His research remains with him. Well, you know, his most recent research materials. But then why would newbies go in there? This is why you guys are gonna die. And I'm someone who can't heal myself. I can only heal them. I'm trying to get myself killed over here. Amarosa, please, why are you doing this? Okay. So that's their goal. It's to find something, and the something is a knowledge that the wizard had, but he disappeared in there. Draw one card to signify what makes it dangerous. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to read this. Don't know what's gonna come out. Let's see. Can we have one card? Come on, let's tell a story. Let's tell a story. I can't shuffle, guys. I'm supposed to shuffle a lot more. You know what? I have a feeling that my desk is actually too high up. I'm gonna have to actually lower my desk a bit, because it's very uncomfy for me to shuffle here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this one because it's too long. Death in reverse. So we got the death card, but it's in the reverse. So what the death card actually means in what the death card actually means in tarot is a change, right? So basically the old you is gone and buried, and what's next is the new you. There's another card that signifies change, which is the tower, but to me, the difference between them is that the tower is a change that is forced upon you, but death is a change that you choose to take onto yourself. So with it being in the reverse, change, unchange, unchanged. Let's move these tarot cards down again. I'll push them back up later. So stranger danger, death. Alright, this one I forgot to write. Oh no, I've already written it there. Okay, the death card. Alright, reversed. Reversals. This is quite fun. I quite like it. I can make stuff up. I feel a bit more confident in myself now. Yeah. Inability to change or grow. How shall we spin that into a danger that is a dungeon in a swamp area? What shall we do with this? I'm probably gonna have to start putting a timer so I don't think for too long. Okay, how about this? I actually there's actually something that came to mind when I saw the death in reverse. Right? Cuz like I said, like, you know, death doesn't actually mean death, and then but it's in the reverse and it says like, what about actual death? And so we're gonna go with that. Actually dying. I maybe stretch it a bit more. Inability to change, grow, perhaps inability to move on, right? So we're gonna say skeletons. They're dead. They're literally dead. But they can't move on. They can't further decay. They can't change into anything. So there are skeleton warriors. Why warriors? Perhaps there was some cult in there, or perhaps tribal people who are cursed. Who knows? We'll see. But the danger is skeleton. Nice. What have you heard about your goal? Oh yeah, we've already talked about that. The wizard who has the research stuff. Okay. Yeah. So draw 2 to 6 cards based on the size of the dungeon. Let's roll again. How big is this dungeon? Please don't be 6. Fuck. Shall we reroll? Uh, I'm gonna have to reroll because it's gonna take far too long for 6. Fuck! Hello, Impulse! Okay, fine. There's 6 rooms in this dungeon. Fine. Hello! Oh wow. Shadow, how many accounts do you have? Are you gonna listen to me in like 2D again? Surround sound stereo. Right. So we have 6. I really don't want to do 6, but 6 it is. Let's put this back in. Let's put the death card back in. So, each card signifies an encounter given by its type of suit. Narrate for each what dangers present itself. What do you learn? Decide after each obstacle whether the party continues or not. So that means we're gonna take one by one. Too many! I'm sorry. I do that a lot. Like whenever I shuffle my tarot cards, whenever they come up in a whole clump, I'm like, too many! Just want one. Don't do this to me. And looks like I don't really need to use the smaller card so much. King of Pentacles reverse. Wow, that sounds like a boss room. I'm sorry, that sounds like a boss room. But yeah, Pentacles. Oh, thank you for thank you for the award, Shadow Impulse. Thank you so much. So, let's have a look at this, right? So, it says here, each card signifies an encounter. So, the first encounter is the King of Cups in reverse. No, Pentacles, sorry. King of P. Do I just write P? Pent. Right. R. Give me a moment. There we go. So pentacles are treasure. So what would signify King of Pentacles? King of Pentacles is someone who is very stable. You can't push him over. He has enough resources and he knows how to use them well. But in the reverse, this King of Pentacles is perhaps very stingy or very poor. And so what kind of treasure would King of Pentacles in reverse be? I would say perhaps a crown that has lost its gems. The carvings on the crown is unrecognizable, but perhaps with a bit of polishing, the gold might still be salvageable. Nice. So that is our first encounter. Second, what next? We'll put this here. Hell yeah! The sun in reverse. Is there something wrong with my deck? Why is everything in reverse here? I'm gonna shuffle this again. Boop. Yeah. So the sun in reverse. The sun is joy. The sun is it's almost the same as the star. But it's not quite dream come true, more like achieve happiness, achieve I can't think of the word in English. I guess happiness is the best. It's like when you're content with everything. Because if you can see in this picture, there's like an old man, some young children. It's like people of all generation of the same family, or perhaps not the same family. They're coming together. So no one is left behind. Everyone is there. There's enough food for everyone. There is just happy content and warm feelings. So with it being in reverse, it's, what is this? Let's see, Major Arcana, Arrest, but it's in reverse. I'm not gonna give them any rest. So let's just say it's the room is empty. Room is empty and cold and damp. They might mean the same thing, but I don't care. Mossy too. It's really uncomfortable to stay for too long. There's nowhere to sit. There's nothing really but a cold, damp feeling. So uncomfortable. Well, you know, so far so good. We have not had any combat. I did not have to, you know, try to stay alive or kill anything yet. So what are these cards? These are called tarot cards, Shadow. Tarot cards. They tell fortunes, but today they tell story. So let's see number 3. What about the third room? Is there anything going to happen in the third room? Oh, ah, the Empress. Oh, nice. This is a very nice card. The Empress is very nourishing, very kind, very... She's actually the essence of all the queens. So she has her wits about her, she has her big heart, she's very passionate, very loving, and also she knows who she is, where she's at, and you can't cap this woman. She's very stable. So I guess this is another rest, but this time is a nice place. Major's rest. So down here as well, major rest. The next room is completely different from the one before. There's a tree growing in the middle that gives off a very calming scent. There are fruits growing on the trees, and enough of them are ripe for the party to eat. Would they want to eat a plant, fruits that's growing underground? Like, the plant is growing underground, where is it getting sun? But it's very calming, right? It's very, how do you call that? Disarming, very inviting. It's a motherly tree. That's probably the best way to say it. Motherly tree. Would the party want to eat it? I would say that they want to eat it. They hesitate. They hesitate at first, but eventually the motherly, disarming aura of the tree gave them enough comfort, gave them enough good feelings. I can't English again. Gave them, or convinced them enough. Convince them enough that it's safe to consume. Who would try one? Who would try it first? I would say that Gills probably tries it first. Because Gills, he's a chill man. Gills tries the first bite and was reminded of home. He smiles, uh, which is a first that Amarosa saw. Seeing this, she felt trusting. She felt, what is that word? She felt brave enough to take a piece herself as well. I would say that Jilly, who is still a little wary, was the last of them to have a piece of fruit from this motherly tree. That's what we're gonna call it, the motherly tree. Nice. Pretty nice story so far. Let's see, the fourth room. What shall the fourth room be? Woman is dangerous. No! Woman is not dangerous. Woman is nice. It's a good woman. Jilly, Jilly, Jilly. So that is too many, but there is two. Yeah, we're out of time, so I'm gonna take this too. The Ten of Swords in reverse. It's a combat. Haha, it's a combat. But Ten of Swords. See, in the normal tarot cards, the Ten of Swords, it signifies someone who is stabbed in the back to death. Well, almost to death. But the key message is that is the worst that they can do. There's no worse than that. The Ten of Swords in reverse usually signifies healing. Healing from the attack. So we'll say that Skeleton's King. Swords attack. No, wait, combat. Skeletons came and attacked. No, wait. Let's word it this way. As soon as the party enters the next room, they hear rumbling. No, not rumbling. What sound does skeletons make? It's like a skittering kind of sound. It's like clattering of bones and metal and wood. A group of skeletons came from one of the passageways ahead and began attacking the party. Handcam stream. Oh yeah, sorry. Hi Smiley Tech. Yeah, I'm actually showing the tarot cards as we're doing this because the tarot cards are prompts for this story. So just need to make sure my hands are not in the screen again. Let me move my keyboard. Yeah, okay, I think that should be okay. There we go. So a group of skeletons came from one of the passageways ahead and began attacking the party. Initially, the party was sure they be overwhelmed, but they managed to back up to the mouth of the room doorway. Mouth of the door. It's okay. Mouth of the door. To bottleneck the enemies, I guess. Enemies. Enemies. Right. So that's how they managed to fight this battle relatively well. Let's see how much damage do they take. Oh, they actually didn't take so much damage at all. Like, they came out pretty unscathed. The party managed to come out pretty unscathed. And whatever wounds the Gills and Jilly took was easily healed by Amarosa. I was actually going to roll, like if they rolled high on the damage, I was gonna roll on how much Amarosa managed to heal them. So it was like, if they damage 6, heal 1. Oh, that's pretty bad. There's far too much damage that Amarosa couldn't heal, you know. Okay, let's have a look at the next one is... But yeah, I do hope you guys are having fun listening to this story that we are concocting. Well, I am concocting it. With the help of the swords. Oh, Tree of Swords. Another combat. This time, Tree of Swords. The keyword for Tree of Swords is heartbreak. Majors, no, not majors, sorry. Swords. Combat. So this battle has a bit of heartbreak. What would break their heart? We're actually near the end. We're actually near the end because this is the 5th room. The last room is number 6. You know, you see in this picture here. So it seems like this... Okay, I'm getting some ideas now. You see, like, this person has her eyes covered, and there is something in her hand that apparently it's something that makes her really sad, right? And if you look with the lorry outside and the keys, it's probably the repo man coming to repossess her house, to repossess her items. And at the same time, all these fairies, they're all surrounding her head. What I think I'm gonna do is, what is heartbreaking? Something that they don't want to see. I would say that they had to fight with the wizard who disappeared. So how shall we write that? As the party saunters to the next room, because you know, so many skeletons, but yet they were unscathed. They must be very strong, right? So they are feeling very proud right now. It's like as they saunter to the next room, feeling like they've overcome the worst part of the dungeons. Many skeletons. They were greeted by a sight that they were not ready to behold, to see. What is this sight that they're not ready to see? How shall they meet this thing that breaks their heart? There was a skeleton, or rather, a zombie, near a pool of water in the cavern. I will say it's a cavern kind of room, you know. There was a low moaning sound coming from the zombie, seeming preoccupied by something. It's probably Gills. Yeah, sorry. Gills cautiously approaches the zombie, wanting to fell it in one swoop. But Jilly was busy studying the figure from far. It had clothes on, although torn and tattered. She was too engrossed in making out the symbols on what seems to be robes. That she did not notice Gil's plans. Okay, this is getting a bit longer. So what happens next? I want to let the dice make the decision. Who moves first? Gills or Jilly? So for Gills, we have 4. For Jilly, we have 1. So Gills moves first. I'm gonna write here. Gills for Jilly 1. Okay, so Gills doesn't notice what Gilly's doing. How shall we say this? When Jilly brings his sword down onto the zombie's head, it's spun around, revealing the rest of the symbols on its cloak to Jilly, who recognized it to be the I guess the house, well, the family, I say, the family sigil of the wizard who disappeared. Jilly yelled at... No, I'm sorry, there's too many names. I shouldn't have named them the same, I'm sorry. Jilly yelled at Gills to stop. But alas, his sword cleaves the head of the zombie into two. And this is the heartbreak I likes. Okay, so this happened. The zombie dies. The zombie dies. And Jilly was left stunned for a moment before she explains who she felt the zombie. Oh, who she suspects to be the true, I'm sorry for the English, identity of the zombie. I just want to get the information out. Yeah. Okay. I think Amarosa would probably be an observer in this party because she's there to keep them safe and to make sure they don't die, don't kill themselves. She's just a hired healer after all. So I would say that Gils and Jilly will look for the anything on him. We'll look for papers on him. The trio, I guess Amarosa would help them. The trio started. Oh, yeah, thank you for joining, Impulse. Good night. Have a good night. And yeah, thank you for the likes, guys. We're almost at the end of our story. Jilly was left stunned for a moment. She explains who she suspects to be the true identity of the zombie. The trio started looking through the zombie's possessions to see if they could find the scroll they were looking for. Scrolls, I suppose. Many scrolls. Shall we roll a dice? Do we just want to say that it's not there? I think if we roll high, what? I mean, okay, I'm gonna roll a d4. At a 4, they actually find the scroll. 3, they find some research materials, but it's not complete. 1 and 2 ain't got nothing. 4, I rolled that right? You guys saw that right? Got a 4. So they actually found oh, don't do that. Okay. The party managed to find the scrolls on the person. Oh wait, the scrolls within the folds. Within the folds of the robes, somehow still tied to his person. Somehow still tied to his person. Feeling that their quest is done, the party decided to have a small burial for the wizard. Nah. And Amarosa gives a prayer for his passing. Nice. I managed to turn a heartbreak into something with closure. Nice. Alright, so that was really very long. I did not expect that at all. So, the last one. Now that the party has found what they were looking for, are they still gonna go on? Decide after if obstacles, yeah, if the party turns back before the end, return to after the dungeon, what could you have changed? Uh, yeah, I suppose Amarosa could have been a bit more proactive, but given that she's someone unempathetic, she's very tool-like, so more of an observing, doesn't really feel the need to get in their way. Mm, let's write that somehow. The party decides. Oh no, but we did say that Jill is a perfectionist. There is one room left. Jill is gonna want to go through. Right? I mean, like when you're playing D&D, you have found your treasure. Like even when you play in any RPG, you found a treasure. But most of us will want to backtrack and check that one corridor that we did not go through before we actually head back to the main boss. So Jill is going to say like, we've come all this way. There is at least one more. Let's go. Right? So let's see. We'll take one more. If the party makes it past all obstacles, draw between 1 and 3 cards to signify the final encounter. Alright. Well, so, oops. Well, that went under the table. It's the lovers it's actually the lovers upright. Nice. So we got the lovers upright. So the lovers is trust. The lovers is a choice. It is also a major arcana, which means they get another rest. The lovers, majors. The party, well, the imagery here is 2 people who found a house. They've decided to live together, and they've made decision to be with each other, and so they're renting a house. They're buying a house. So let's say that what kind of a room is this? Choice, trust, loyalty, partnership. Okay, alright. So the party found another room that was suitable for a rest, seeing that Jilly is still Jilly is still somewhat shaken by the reveal that the wizard has turned into a zombie and then felt by Gills, Amarosa. Yeah, Amarosa is probably going to be the one. Or Gills would actually as well. Amarosa advised for them to take a breather and have a chat together before they continue on. Because although they don't have any mortal wounds, their hearts might need amending. Huh? Sounds like a love story to me. Nice. So, final battle. It's the final countdown. Oh, by the way, if you guys like the music in the background, it's actually written by a friend of mine. She has a YouTube channel and also Spotify called The Seventh Midnight. Do check her out. She does very lovely fantasy music. So, the final end. The final boss. 1 to 3 cards. I'm just going to see how many cards fall. At maximum, we'll take 3. And then we'll summarize them. I guess that's it. It's 2. The High Priestess and the 7 of Cups. Nice. The High Priestess is a card that I really cannot summarize for the life of me up until now. I actually complained it to my friend Shah the other day. I don't remember what the High Priestess means, and now it's here in my face. You meanie. Let's do this though. 7 of Cups, it usually means illusions, and also the High Priestess. The Priestess is high. I'm sorry. The High Priestess, the keyword for the High Priestess is intuition. I guess that works. I would say that might work. So you have illusions and also intuition. Someone who can see beyond the imageries. What kind of a boss is this? What kind of a boss fight? I guess water clones, just like Naruto. Ha! Zabuza, right? Zabuza. So we're gonna have water clones, boss monster fight. Right. Boss fight. Fight. We're gonna call this illusions and intuition. Right, I already have some kind of imagery for this fight. The final room was a large pool. Yes, it was a large pool in the middle of the cavern. In the middle of the pool, I don't know why they are there, but I would say that it's actually there's nothing in the middle of the pool. There's nothing in the middle of the pool. But Jilly would feel like, you know, this can't be it. There has to be something. So Jilly decides to take a closer look, and Jilly decides to take a closer look, and oh no, I'm my brain is actually doing a TPK for the whole party right now. I'm trying not to. Don't TPK them. Actually, do they TPK? No. Let's describe first, then we roll dice, right? Jilly decides to take a closer look and peers over the edge of the pool. She sees her own reflection and nothing more. She began to turn away, but did not notice that her reflection did not Ta-da! That's the enemy. Roll for initiative. Ha ha ha. Her reflection started to climb its way out of the what? What is this again? Pool. Followed by two more. Multiples. Who would yell? Would it be who would notice? Let's see, between Gills 4 and also Amarosa 8. Amarosa notices it. Amarosa notices the figures coming out of the pool and starts to yell at Jilly to run away. Gills rushed forward to intercept the water clones. Mizubunshin, right? Kagebunshin is shadow clones. The water clones and slashed at them in futility because they are water. You do not cut water. One does not simply cut water. So, I guess this is kind of what I'm getting with the illusion, the intuition. Who would notice? Let's roll for all of them. No, I want to make a few rolls. The first roll I'm gonna roll is how long does it take for them to notice? Pretty long! I would say it's like about 5 rounds of combat. So how much damage do they take in that time? Not a lot. Wow, they're actually, I guess they're quite tanky. It's a fighter and a knight, right? The fight, no, let's have another. Actually, yeah, let's, okay. The fight dragged on for a bit, but being well armed, the party was not, did not take much damage. After a while, so who notices? Who shall we have? First is, I guess, Amarosa. Will go from the top. Amarosa rolled a 1. Amarosa notices nothing anymore. She's probably too busy looking at the water to see if any more comes up. Next. Ooh, Gills. Gills notices it. After a while, as he slashed away at the water, he sees a sparkle, a glitter. What do you call that? Don't really want to say glitter. Kira kira, pika pika. What word, guys? I cannot word. Give me one moment. After a while, as he slashes away at the water, he sees a, I guess, sparkle it is. A sparkle, a glint. That's right, a glint of light that reflected off their, I would say that they have either dancing lights or a lantern, right? Would Amarosa have dancing lights? How much utility magic does she have? No, she doesn't have utility magic. So Amarosa actually has lantern. Off their lantern lights. Don't know how you fight while holding a lantern, but it irks. There was a shiny pebble floating within each of the clones. He began to strike specifically against the pebbles which flew out of which flung out of the clone's watery body. The figure dropped into a puddle at his foot. But the pebble... Would the pebble be sentient? No. I think no. They would probably not happen yet. So the figure dropped into a puddle at his foot. He instructed the others to push to locate the pebbles and push them out of the clones as well. Which they did. I'm gonna give them that. Which they did. Alright, so how does this end? This doesn't seem like much of a boss battle. It's too easy. I would say the pebbles. I'm gonna have to work more on this, but let's go with it. The pebbles started to roll back into the pool. In front of their eyes. And as soon as they drop back in, I guess the clones came back. Reappeared again. This time in larger numbers. Now all the pebbles in the water is coming up as clones. Like, yay! I'm pretty sure I don't think they're gonna stay and fight with that because they really have what they came for. So I'm gonna say that the party decides to escape. But how well were they able to escape? One, very badly. Thinking that they knew how to defeat the clones, Gills and Jilly tries to stand their ground, but I would think, but Amarosa, knowing better, says, like, guys, we need to skedaddle. Pleads for the duo to escape with her. They were reluctant at first. Until they started to realize that this battle was never gonna end. And they began to run back the way they came. How much damage would they get from this? Sorry, that's outside. 6. They're quite very heavily wounded. Yeah. This time the party definitely beat more than they can chew. Did I write that? Bit more than they can chew. That's how you spell, right? Bit more than they can chew, and sustained more injuries than they had in the previous fight. How long does it take for them to run away? 5. It was a pretty long... No. Well, escaping took time. How do we word that? The escape took a lot of time. There, it took the party a while to navigate back through the dungeon, and with the clones still chasing after them, the party finally managed to make it to the mouth of the mound cavern thingy. The party climbed up the steep hill, coming back to the swamp, where they noticed that the clones were not able to follow them anymore from where they were up top. They saw the rest of the corridor, I suppose, the rest of the corridor filled with watery jellies. Watery clones of jelly. Flailing. What would her weapon, their weapon, at the party? Okay, and so they escape. So what was the outcome? How did you prove yourself either indispensable or superfluous? Am I useful? I kind of like yelled at them to please escape. Guess I saved their lives because these rookies, they don't know what they're getting into. Right. So after the dungeon, shuffle the dungeon cards into the deck. Shuffle, 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 come back. Come back to me. If you would like to stay with this party, start a different dungeon. Oh. 4 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups upright is turning the other cheek to an invitation. So basically 4 of Cups is the card of rejecting an offer. It's in the reverse. So I think what the cards are telling is that they actually like this party. So perhaps Amarosa will stay on with Jules and Jilly. Who in the party do you get to know better in the interim and how? Um, since Gills was a very passive man, I would say that. Oh, I actually don't know. Let's see. For odds, we have Gills, and for even, we have Jilly. Even it is. So Amarosa actually made a pretty good friend with Jilly. Let's have a look. Camaraderie? No, bond. I will say bond. Bond. Two. Right. Um, in the during the adventure, Amarosa seems to have made friends. Seems to have made friends. Fiends. With Jilly one way or another. With the latter constantly talking, giving out their opinion and ideas, it seems inevitable that Amarosa learns so much about this night because they can't shut up. Alright, so yeah, I would say because we got I would say the Four of Cups in reverse. Oh, sorry. The duo didn't seem too bad. For rookies, they were able to handle themselves well enough to not get too injured. They just seem a little over their heads, especially with Jilly wanting to complete whatever she starts, and Gil's passiveness just becoming an enabling presence to whatever she decides to do. Right? If you don't say no to someone, people are just gonna say well, you know, my friend's gonna follow me till the end. Okay, so Amarosa, um, Amarosa, how do I say this? Their interaction, the duo's odd interaction, perks, no, peaks, peak, no, pikui, peak. Is that an actual? Can I write peaked? Amarosa's interest, and she decides to stay with them, to third wheel them, to learn more about how two people can stay and interact with one another like they do. So Amarosa's not gonna be such a robot no more. She's gonna start to learn how to people. Yeah, so yeah. If you would like to retire from the adventuring, draw as many cards as you need. Your story, this part is over. So yeah, so that would be our, I would say, I would take that as the Four of Cups as well. So yeah, that is our story. We have Amarosa, the unempathetic. The unfeeling. Amarosa, the unfeeling. Gills, the passive. And Jilly, the perfectionist. They go through this swamp dungeon to find the scrolls of a wizard who has done research to cure the world. And as they go in, they fight skeletons, they find a zombie who happened to be the wizard and killed him before Jilly could recognize him. Just before. And then they fought with water clones until it overwhelmed them and they had to escape. And thus Amarosa decides, like, these people aren't so bad. I will live with them to see another day. Yay! Nice! I'm very happy that we have our first story. Gonna rename that Healer Session 1. Should I wonder how many words can I actually fit in here. Never mind. I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, the story of Amarosa. Again, you guys can find this PDF healers on itch.io, tamsinbloom.itch.io/healer. It's actually selling for $2.50 and uses tarot cards as well as dice. Well, the dice is mostly me making up when I want to roll shit. Let me show you guys. There. Never mind, that doesn't work. I forgot that I don't have it on. But yeah, if you would like to try to use online rollers, you guys can go to randomtarotcard.com and also dice2roll.com. Dice to Roll looks really nice. I'm going to have let me just randomtarotcard.com and also dice2roll.com. So if you guys use online resources, it's going to be a lot faster because you don't have to wait for the cards to drop. Let me shut off the cam and show that. Oh, I see. That was my bad. Give me a second, guys. And also but yeah, thank you for joining me for the game. Right, so I think you guys can probably see a very messed up. There we go. Why does this not show? Why do you not show? There we go. Right. So you guys can simply click and it will show a card, which is really very cool. And also the dice roller, you can click and it will roll for you. Right, so again, thank you so much for watching. I am going to probably try this game again or another game. I have too many that I want to try, but yeah, thank you so much for the likes and also the award and also the company. I hope I see you guys again next time. There are many more solo RPGs I want to try. Hope I get to try them with you guys in the future. Okay, so take care everyone, and see you again. Bye bye.